Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we have a video here from Man Guide of 24 minutes of modern women regretting womanism too late. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Let's take a listen.
And just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
You see these 65-year-old women videos going viral where they say, I walked with a feminist. I bought into the argument of being a feminist. Man was an enemy in my life. I'm 65 years old. I've never been married. I have no kids. I will never be able to experience what it is to be married to a man when I was in my 20s. The concept of feminism stole that away from me. Just because I looked at man as the enemy, and he's not.
Truth, right?
Okay, whoa. You just said, hold on, wait. Did you just say every woman here is a pick-me? Wait. How is understanding how the other species operates and how what they value, what they want, a pick-me? When we always say, when we always say that they need to understand women, it's like, how are you supposed to be in a relationship with someone? When you get in a relationship with friends, you try to understand your friends and you want them to understand you so you can grow that relationship, so you can be the best friend they have in that relationship. How are you going to be one-sided and say, oh, we don't need to understand men, we don't need to know this about men, they need to understand us and how we operate? And that's a pick-me if we try to understand how they operate, to be able to have a good relationship, to not be single at 40 with 12 kids, to not die alone with a dog. How is that a pick-me?
Well fucking said.
Yeah, see, she makes a great point right there, outside of the fact that she used the word species in there, which doesn't make sense. But a lot of these women, they don't care where men are coming from, right? They don't care about the male experience. They don't care about the things that are going on with men. What they do is they go out there, they use men all throughout their 20s. They're strong and independent. They don't need no man. They are a staunch womanist. And then what happens is they get into the 30s and they're like, wait, I want a man to provide for me, right? I actually need a guy who's going to look after me. And then everything turns around, and then the tears start coming when they realize that they're just going to be alone forever with their cats.
Because you think that they're understanding, or they're like...
Are they not human?
No, of course they're human. You think that it is like... It's truth, it's gospel, it's like determining the facts. Like, I cannot accept that
you think
those
what's
things
true?
determine a woman's value.
What's true?
Like,
what's gospel?
You saying that certain women don't.
I'm sitting here with just this horrible realization. I have spent most of my days figuring out how I can become physically, mentally, financially, spiritually healthy enough to be able to afford and take care of a child. And not only have I taken that time, but I've done the math, and it does not work out. I am not young enough, or fertile enough, or financially stable enough to even do another round of IVF. And at 36, like, I'm sorry, like, you're gonna say, like, you have time, like, I don't, because I can't spend another minute of my life trying to make something work when I'm just fighting upstream. I don't have a support system. I don't have the money. I don't have the resources of the community. And it just kills me. It kills me that I had embryos with my ex-husband that were viable, and they're just gone now. And my future with those children and my life as a mother is just, it's gone. And it's not just that it's gone, it's the fact that it was decided for me by so many other people and factors. And that's what kills me, because it was not my choice. And I'm angry. And I'm heartbroken.
the definition of feminism across the board is the social, political, and economic equality of the sexes.
Yes. Why are we only talking about the female inequalities? Why aren't we talking about the male inequalities?
We do not have the same experience. You are not oppressed in the same ways that I am.
No, and I'm sure you're not oppressed in the same ways that I am.
You need to acknowledge your privilege first. If people could hear that about themselves and not be defensive, I think that we could probably push the needle forward a lot faster.
I cannot stand watching these debate shows for more than 2 minutes at a time. Okay, some of these people are so incredibly lost, right? Oh yeah, the men need to acknowledge their privilege, right? The men are gifted in so many areas. They're not oppressed like women are. And then you ask them, you're like, yo, how are women oppressed, right? What rights are afforded to men that are not afforded to women? And they don't have any answers. And oftentimes the only answer that they do have is that stuff that I can't talk about here on YouTube, but basically they are forced to keep babies that they don't want, apparently, right? When anyone with any common sense will tell you, hey, maybe don't open your legs to random men and you wouldn't have this problem, right? Or maybe be a little bit more conscientious about what kind of protection you're using. But nobody wants to talk about that, right? Women are so oppressed, they have everything so difficult, and men just need to acknowledge their privilege. This woman is going to be 30 years of age. She's going to be alone, or if she does eventually get married, she's going to get divorced because she is a horrible person. Let's continue.
As a woman, I'm not sure that I'm concerned whether or not you want to join as a man.
Is that not part of the issue? But that's segregating that's segregating genders. If you're saying that you don't care about my opinion as a man, that goes against everything the feminist movement goes.
I don't care about reshaping and forming my feminism in a way that is digestible for you as a man.
Yeah, translation, I can't say anything that makes sense, so I have to use word salad, right? You just have to trust that I'm actually saying things that make sense. And if you can't understand it, it's just because you're a stupid man, right? Insane.
Like to talk about, you know, maybe having a weekly allowance or something.
How much was
you know?
So how much is a weekly allowance?
Like my last relationship, you know, he was giving me like $2,000-3,000 every week.
Stop the cap.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
Isn't it funny how some women associated providing men with money and money only? Whatever happened to a man providing information, education, guidance, advice, or even behavior improvement? Do you know why some women consider a man giving them money being the provider of the relationship? Because that is the only thing they would accept from a man. A lot of modern women, they don't want no guidance. They don't want to be told that they need to do better as the female in that relationship. How could that woman from the previous clip, I'm not judging her, how could she be an asset to his life?
I'm absolutely judging her, and the answer is that she's probably not an asset at all. There are so many of these modern women, guys, they think that they're all that, but they are nothing but a liability to a man's life. They are literally a financial risk and nothing more. A financial risk and a headache. And this is why so many men don't like to date these women. And I'm not really sure what the problem is, right? We're screaming that we're strong and independent, we don't need a man, right? But at the same time, we want his money. But, you know, if men walk away from you, I don't really see what the problem is, considering you said you don't need men in the first place. Right? Oh, but I need a man to pay my bills. No, no, no. You sat here, you cried, you jumped up and down, and you said you don't need a man, so you can pay your own bills. But of course, they don't want to do that.
How can she bring improvement to his life? Actually goes for a lot of women out there. A lot of women, they are so cool and so content with spending a man's money that he clearly works hard for and don't even pack the man's lunch. Girl, please. These women, they don't even want to master the basics in a relationship. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to do none of that. They just want to sit there, be pretty, and spend the man's money. And what kind of world do you live in, honestly? And especially, what are you going to do when you get old? Whose money are you going to spend then? You're going to be alone.
Yeah, I don't even believe that woman saying that she got that amount of money. I don't think there's any dude out there who would actually pay that much, especially for a woman like that, right? I'm sure that women are getting flown out and they're getting paid money and all of these sorts of things. But I guarantee you that woman in particular is not getting paid that much. Okay, and it's absolutely ridiculous how these girls, whenever they get an experience like this, or even if it's in their own head, then they expect every subsequent man to pay for them and look after them in this particular way. Screw that, man. That woman can be alone for the rest of her life for all I care.
That sounds just like my last 2 relationships. The minute I stopped giving them money, they gone. Who's paying her $3K per week? In response to some of these comments, and echoing others, there's no way in hell this 304 had a past relationship, let alone that was giving her this much money. The passport wife is trying to be the voice of reason here, but the fact is these women are long gone. These low-value chicks will be waving a cardboard sign under an overpass before they make anything close to what they're asking for. On to the next one.
I see so many TikToks talking about how being an independent woman is so much better, and it's amazing that you don't have to depend on anyone else, but I'm exhausted. I own my own house, I can pay my own bills, I work full-time 5 days a week, I'm a full-time single mum, and I think it's just exhausting because of how lonely it can be. So I go out, I go clubbing, just to be surrounded by people for my one night a week that I don't have my baby boy. And I'm lonely, and it's sad because all I do is cook, I clean, I take care of my son, and I work. And I hate this system. And I hate the dating scene. If you've been single, you know what the dating scene looks like.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. I don't have any empathy for you. You should have made it work with the father of your kids. And if he's not a man who wanted to stick around, then that's also your fault because you could have dated a different man who actually would stick around. These women take absolutely no accountability. And oftentimes they say, oh, well, the man's a deadbeat, he abandoned his family. But oftentimes that's not the case at all. And they either push him out of the family or just treat him like trash until he is basically forced to leave. Now, obviously, there are dudes out there who will ditch their kids, which is wrong. However, that doesn't remove all of the accountability from the women at all. Right? Oftentimes when they have kids, there's so many red flags if the man was bad. Right? But what they do is they have the kids anyway, they don't use protection, and they end up in a situation like this where they're crying and complaining. I'm sorry, but go and make it work with the father of your kids, and if he doesn't want to make it work, then too bad, right? This is what you signed up for. This is what the consequences of your decisions look like.
In 2023, it's non-existent. It's a bunch of just people in hookup culture, and as much as I've tried to do that, it's not for me. It just makes me feel worse about myself.
That's crazy. I thought she was at work. She said she was at work. So this is what we doing? This is what we doing? No, I'm doing too much. This is what we doing?
You been cheating on me.
What you mean? So you cheat?
No,
bro.
You doing too much.
Damn, all I do for you, bro?
You don't do nothing
all
for me.
I do for you?
Don't put him in there.
Damn, you grimy, dog. You grimy, dog. Look at this. You running. Look at him.
They caught their homie's current girlfriend cheating at the party on his birthday.
They're
dead ass
Because
crying
I
right
feel
now.
like I'm gonna be abandoned right now, and like you're just like everyone else. You're trying to fucking leave me, and I just don't know.
Leave you. You made a decision
You're
and you got
leaving
caught.
me. Decision to do what? Like
You linked somebody and you got caught.
it wasn't even that
You went behind my back.
serious. It
and you went
wasn't
to
that
somebody's crib.
serious.
He was a hooper.
Stop. Stop.
He was a hooper. He played basketball.
Yes, but it wasn't that serious. Like
Y'all like
stop it.
actually.
Yeah, but it was just a one-time thing, and we used protection. It wasn't even for that long, so I don't even know why you're bugging. Like, it was not even for that long.
I don't even know why this man is still in this car with this woman. He should tell her to get the hell out. Okay, this is absolutely disgusting. Notice how it's all, it's his fault. He needs to stop. It was just one thing that she did. He's overreacting. All of this gaslighting nonsense. She needs to just return to the streets and get the hell out of the damn car. But I think I have had enough for today, guys. We're going to be leaving it there. Make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments, okay? What do you think about these women who are regretting their decisions too late? As always, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.